I done raised this hell. I've been the last one standing when all the giants fell. I won't shiver, I won't shake. I made a stone, I don't break. Start me up, open my eyes, turn me loose and you'll see why. I was born ready. I was born ready. Staring at the pressure now, I won't quit, not backing down. I was born ready. I was born ready. I am the unknown fighter, a dark horse coming for you. I'm gonna push up higher. I'm gonna do what I won't shiver, I won't shake. I made a stone, I don't break. Start me up, open my eyes, turn me loose and you'll see why. I was born ready. I was born ready. Staring at the pressure now, I won't quit, not backing down. I was born ready. I was born ready. Keep pushing up higher, higher. Keep pushing up. Keep pushing up higher, higher. Keep pushing up.
Oh my god, what's his name?
Keep pushing up higher, higher. Keep pushing up. Start me up, open my eyes, turn me loose and you'll see why. I was born ready. I was born ready. Staring at the pressure now, I won't quit, not backing down. I was born ready. I was born ready. See why I was born ready. I was born ready.
You guys are killing me.
Brothers in arms, are you ready for the stand? Blood on the ground and mud on your hands. Take another breath and make another try. You think you're gonna break and you think you're gonna die. Get off the dirt and listen to the crowd screaming your name, scream it out loud. I know you think you can, I know you think you're done, but we can't stop until we won. You're not alone, we're not afraid. This is our moment, it won't come again.
All right. Trying to get this all set up.
We will not accept defeat. When your body's screaming out and your whole
think we're just about ready to go on this, guys.
The battle soon begins. You've come this far to win. Source the power within. Unleash it all again. Returning to the fight. Victory inside. The crowd will soon ignite. So light up the night. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Your hands are weak, your
All right, so this is going to be week 6. This is going to be a match between Smite to Kill and Team Outkast. Team Outkast is currently in first place in the Helio division, which is the bronze and silver division for Vantage League. Outkast, I believe, is in first, if these standings are up to date, and Smite to Kill has yet to get themselves a win, but they're going to be looking to get their first one here. All these Rose names are going to drive me nuts, so you're just going to have to deal with that. I will do the best I can in getting these straight. Alright, so Smite to Kill chose blue side. They had side selection and chose blue for this game. So we'll see what it is they plan to do. I didn't really get a chance to research these teams at all, so I don't know who
I'm just mad.
plays what. So this was kind of a last minute thing, so we're gonna see how this goes. Zach Band. Zach, a very, very good champion. Very underplayed actually in all ratings. Like I think Zach's actually super good. Callista Band, presumably against Spoopy. Pop-Tart, Jtaz, Valter, Spoopy, and Unseen Threat for Smite to Kill. And $3 Bill, who I believe used to be Blue Rose. And then White Rose, Black Rose, Pink Rose, and Red Rose. The whole Roses crew. Got a Vayne ban targeted at Pink Rose. He did say don't ban Vayne. Vagar. I believe, if I remember right, I believe Valtar is a Vagar main. If I remember correctly. So we will see. A little awkward music. Cass bans against Black Rose. I always like watching like bronze silver like division games is always really, really interesting because the drafts. Honestly, this goes like all the way up to, like, I'm not trying to be disparaging. This goes all the way up to higher ratings too. It's really, really interesting to see like draft outside of the pro scene because you don't see a lot of the meta picks. Oh wow, going quick here. So that was the last ban. We got a Jax first pick for Pop-Tart. And the Snap Lock Garen by $3 Bill. See, now I don't know if I'm just going to call him $3 Bill because I think he's subbing. Yeah, it's $3 Bill. That's not Blue Rose. That's my fault, guys. So, $3 Bill is going to Snap Lock his Garen. White Rose looks like he's considering Olaf. We'll see if that is a final answer for him. He's got plenty of time. It's always strange going into Spectate because the music only lasts as long as like a normal champ select lasts, so it doesn't replay it when you're spectating. So it's like this real awkward silence that you're not used to because it's the champ select music. So we have Hecarim for White Rose, which I'm assuming is jungle. You can play Hecarim in mid, but looks like everybody's just kind of picking for themselves. I don't know if everybody... I'm sure everybody owns most of the champions, but we're just kind of picking for themselves here. Shyvana and Vel'Koz, the lock for Jtaz and Valter. Wonder if White Rose means to not have Smite, because that could be some dank, spicy memes. A $3 bill is Blue Rose. Okay, cool. So, just to be clear to everybody else, $3 bill is Blue Rose. Now I know. I'm going to call him $3 bill. Because that's his mistake. Black Rose going to counter with a Kassadin into the Vel'Koz. A matchup that's pretty interesting because it can... It tilts pretty heavily in Kassadin's favor. His Q can actually interrupt ults and a number of other things, and you can kind of close the distance, get behind Vel'Koz so that he can't just get a full combo off. But early in lane, it's pretty brutal, and Vel'Koz can just kind of spam push you. We'll see if Valter sticks with that Ignite. I'd assume he switches off to an Exhaust, but Alistar, the pick for Red Rose. Pretty good engage here from Alistar and Hecarim, which you need. When you have a Garen on your team, you need other forms of engage because he doesn't really engage, just kind of like runs at you. So having the Hecarim and the Alistar to help that out is definitely good. And looking like we're going to get a potentially a Zillion support. Oh no. Is it crank time? Oh my god. I haven't seen a Blitzcrank in a game in a long time. I'm looking forward to this. Not the greatest pick into Alistar, I will say that. But Smite to kill and Team Outkast, no strangers to the spicy memes. As I can tell. Okay. This just in, Alistar is Nautilus. You got it. Alistar is not. Okay. Tom Kench. Tom Kench is a really, really good lane partner for Jinx, actually, because it allows her to play aggressively and attempt to get resets and kind of covers up for her lack of mobility prior to getting resets. So if it looks like she's going to be in trouble, Tom Kench can devour before the CC. Ashe, not usually a good pick into Tom Kench. Tom Kench is considered a counter. I would assume we're probably just going to get... Yeah, we're going to get a new lobby going. Okay. So... What do we have? We had Garen, Hecarim, Kassadin, Ashe. We had Garen, Hecarim, Kassadin, Ashe, Nautilus. Ashe Nautilus is a crazy CC lane, but Tom Kench is super good into CC lane, so unless their plan is to just kill the Tom Kench, which is usually not a good plan, then I think the bottom lane for Jinx Tom Kench has the edge there, as long as they can not get caught too far out. And then on the other side for Smite's kill, we had...
Impure fools.
What was the top laner? Something Shyvana, Vel'Koz, Jinx, Tom Kench. What am I forgetting? Jax. It was Jax. Jax was the other one. There we go. So it's gonna be your drafts. I think
what I could offer.
Team Outkast. I like the Team Outkast team comp more. It's more cohesive, but it does have weaknesses.
I'll beat it out of you.
It's very limited on wave clear. Pretty much only has volley and hurricane from Ash for wave clear. Meanwhile, Smite to kills line up. Vel'Koz can shove and wave clear for days. Jax can split push. I mean, there's the potential in this matchup that if Jax gets even a little bit ahead, it just gets too out of control for Outkast to deal with. And you could develop, pretty easy 4-1 at that point. Jinx not the greatest in those kind of compositions, but not the worst either. So yeah, I actually think Smite's kills got a better draft, but a lot of it hinges on Jax being able to get ahead and how they choose to play it. Like, if they're going to choose to play split push, then I do think it's better, but they don't people, it's easy to say you're going to play split push, and then, you get caught or baited into a lot of fights, and you get distracted, and, you do Wood 5 things. Like not play your team comp correctly. So we're going to see, I actually think, I don't know, the Team Outkast team comp is more straightforward. It's more like, okay, here's the good stuff. We're just going to do that. Here's what we're good at. We're just going to make picks with Ashe and Nautilus and hopefully pick a good target like Vel'Koz or Jinx, and hopefully Tahm Kench isn't nearby to save them, and we win the fight off that. So I'll put some tunes on, let you guys chill out, enjoy this draft. Anybody has questions in the Twitch chat, feel free to hit it up. But I'm going to rest the voice so I can cast these games. I will see you on the other side. Hold up, let me fix this for you guys, because I want to make sure I'm using non-copyrighted stuff so these VODs don't get cleared.
There's a long road just behind you. Everything has come so fast. Memories are all inside you, and you never make them back. I can feel that you're in through the world that did not make sense. You can feel what I mean now that you're here. Just know there's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say, nothing I could say. Can't feel relief with being blind or dumb. Find something to believe in and then never give it up. I can feel that you're in with the words that did not make sense. You can feel what I mean now that you're here. There's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say, nothing I could say. But I say This feeling creeps through me. It's taking control of me.
All right. Almost in the game, ladies and gents.
I even think it's real sometimes. I only have you to blame. It's not too late to take.
I've never seen that bone claw shit on a splash art. It's pretty cool looking. I dig it. Alright. It's I think it was I think it's T maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the hotkey to toggle. Oh, you. There it is. Okay. We got there. We did it, fam. We made it. So, not really any 5 points. It looks like S2K is going to look for an invade here. It's a decent chance this works out. Tom Ken's going to face check into nothing, but they're spotted out by Black Rose. Cleverly hidden. I'm not entirely sure anything's going to come out of this. They do know that it's only 4 people. So, Nautilus sneaking around behind, maybe putting a little bit of fear into them here. Looking like S2K are a little bit undecided on what they want to do. And now, Black Rose actually spots out. It's going to be a volley. Black Rose actually spots out that there are now 5 there. Actually, let me turn nameplates on for you guys. You know what? No, we'll do it later. We'll see if there's any lull in the action. It looks like Nautilus going to engage just to keep them there. S2K with some. This is a lot of XP people are going to miss out on for this one. Man, oh man. Pop-Tart's going to have to teleport. Already a pretty big advantage to Dollar Bill. Although, to be fair, Garen teleport plays aren't exactly the biggest. There's a big Q at level 1. Counter-Strike. Really, really aggressive trade happening level 1 here. Looks like they're both just going to chug their corrupting push. Oh, well, Garen's going to chug his regular potion. Oh, and Jack's going to chug his corrupting potion. That's probably going to end up favoring Garen in the long run over the next couple minutes because the Doran Shield's going to help him out quite a bit. So even though he's down 2 potions from the corrupting potion, it is going to help him out. Jinx really, really aggressively postured here, knowing that Nautilus is in the bush there. Tom Ken's not blocking for him; he's just going to devour and walk away. So when you don't take tongue, I believe it's Q for Tom Kench is the tongue lash. When you don't take tongue lash at level 1, it really, really, really makes your level 1 a lot weaker. Kind of interesting that Unseen Threat didn't use his isn't using his relic shield stacks. He didn't use it on the melee minion that was right in front of him, but we'll see if he has a plan for that. Mid lane just kind of going. Outkast is really, really heavily in advantage until this happens because we're going to get a gank here from White Rose as Pop-Tart is going to get baited in a little bit too far. And First Blood goes over to the Hecarim, which is never a good sight to see. Hecarim's kind of dependent on getting himself ahead early, and is a lot worse if he doesn't get rolling. So we're gonna get toss onto Tom Kench, put a little bit of damage down. Pink Rose and Red Rose are really going to pull ahead in this lane. So, I don't know. There's still potions. There's still potions on the side of Smite to kill, so maybe not. We'll see. It's a lot of health for both AD carries to really get through. So while on one end you think the Tom Kench counters both the Nautilus and the single target CC of both the Nautilus and the Ashe, but he doesn't necessarily. Oh, I'm gonna get a gank here from J-Taz. Garen's just gonna spin away, and nothing's gonna happen there. Plus it's really not gonna turn into anything. Interestingly, Black Rose running teleport. Vaulter did switch to that exhaust. We were talking about that before. How we weren't entirely sure if that was going to be the case. Garen gets a ward further down to the river than the bush. Spotted out by Pop-Tart. Not entirely sure if he knows. Oh, well, now he knows that J-Taz is in his jungle. Got spotted on the minions up there. Might have a collision here. J-Taz gonna gank anyway, but $3 bill intelligently backing off. Well, now he knows he's there. Is he going to walk away from this? Shyvana taking a lot of damage. Eats a tower shot and a Q from Garen. Getting on to Vaulter here. Think he's going to walk away. He is not. White Rose is going to go ahead and get him. And the 2-0 Nautilus. It's a good thing he got that Chilling Smite. He got that Chilling Smite early. Typically a solo queue tactic. You don't see it as much in 5 settings. But a lot of people watch for the warding upgrade, but Hecarim has to get ahead. Looks like Spoopy's going to go down here. Flash by the Ashe. Spoopy's going to stay alive with heal, and Unseen Threat is going to put some damage down and then likely walk away. Looking like bot lane's probably going to miss. They're gonna stay, so they don't lose this whole wave. Probably intelligent, but also dangerous at the same time. Let's see, Hecarim's recalling, so there's not going to be any ganks coming in here. There's a large wave we stacked up. Actually, they're healthy enough that we have potential for a dive here. Looks like $3 Bill's going to blow his teleport up in the top lane. Get back. He's only going to miss a couple minions out of this wave. But one's the cannon. It's a big deal. So Black Rose backed, still has his teleport, is probably only going to miss a couple of these minions, and is even on CS without using his teleport as a melee against Vel'Koz, which is very, very challenging. And if you've never done that matchup, I challenge you to do so because it's not easy. So Black Rose doing quite a good job. Bot lane pulling ahead. Oh, toss lands onto Unseen Threat, but nothing more than a little bit of damage going to come out of that. So Red Rose, Pink Rose and Red Rose doing a really, really good job not overcommitting to these, just trading, getting damage down, not going too hard. They have 3 out of 4 summoners still. They've got a Warden River, and Shyvana isn't exactly a threatening gank early, so they're in a good position here. Jax needs to be careful up there, as $3 bill is level 6. Garen's ult does more damage the lower you are, as you remember, so does have his flash. There was a chance he could have gone for that. Oh, looks like Ashe might get devoured here. There's the heal, gonna step on the trap, and that's gonna be a dead Ashe. Spoopy picking up the kill right on the other side of the map. It's $3 bill, punishing Pop-Tart for stepping up for CS, too low of health. And Garen bringing the justice to Jax. Looks like Black Rose gonna go ahead and chunk out Vaulter here, but might go back in here. Let's see. White Rose thinks otherwise. I maybe would have gone for that, but to each their own, I suppose. And so it was looking like Pink Rose and Red Rose were doing a good job with incremental advantages there, and just got a little bit too aggressive and punished for it. So Spoopy with that kill is now going to pull back to roughly even here. Maybe slightly ahead. Wasn't really first blood, so the CS lead. Oh, kind of caught out separated here. I would go an Akratos on the Tom Kench. Ash just out of volley range. Maybe should have gone for that, but I think it was just barely out of range. They're going to go ahead and leave these minions where it is. Looking like there's going to be an ultimate by J-Taz. Black Rose jumps in. Gets exhausted. Belkaz ult's going to come out. Jax comes down from top side. Is Black Rose really going to walk away from this? Wow. Not having any hard CC for the Kassadin's going to allow that kind of thing to happen. Sorry to say, but I mean, a couple canceled auto attacks in there as well. Black Rose got a recall. I think that was just a bait for White Rose. J-Taz going to go ahead and smite. That's another reason why you see a lot of Shyvanas run Ghost over Flash. There's an Ash Arrow onto Tom Kench. Nautilus Depth Charge onto Tom Kench as well. And the Jinx Traps are just barely going to be enough to save Unseen Threat's life there. Hecarim ults over the Raptor wall. Valter waiting on his flash cooldown, but it is not up in time. And that's about that. Spoopy's got to be careful here. He can get chunked out, as does Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart keeping up in CS, which is really all you want to do on Jax. He doesn't really, he rarely, like, wins CS against a lot of people. This is going to be a dead. Pop-Tart's going to die from this, from the Garen ultimate. Has to flash. So, I'll say this to you guys because you're watching this. When you go to walk in for that, you notice how he was kind of walking curved when he came this way? He wasn't walking directly in a straight line. That's why direct input is really, really important. Shyvana's going to ult in. I don't think he's going to be able to get anything. Jinx ult's going to miss. It's really, really important to have direct input. He had a flash. Like, you want to keep your mouse clicks frequent and close so that your character is not wasting movement. $3 bill wouldn't have had to blow flash there if he was doing that, but nonetheless, he's taken out Pop-Tart 3 times, and we've got a large Garen, and if you've never seen a fed Garen, gets pretty challenging to take down. Pink Rose and Red Rose chilling in base. Not entirely sure what that's about. Maybe looking for an arrow. Red Rose going to recall. Another gank coming in from White Rose onto Valter. Valter has to flash out of it, but is going to escape. Good flash there by Valter. Just got to be careful stepping up for damage here, so we're going to get a fight down the river. Looking like White Rose is pinched here. That was cheeky. Cheeky dodge. Gets exhausted by Unseen Threat and is just going to run them down the river. There's no Jinx ult to finish him out. Waiting on the cooldown here. Looks like a flash from Pop-Tart onto Black Rose is not going to be enough damage. Let's see how this goes down here. White Rose looks like he's contemplating going back in. Jinx ult is back off cooldown, so there's a chance we see that here. Don't know for sure. Valter spends a big chunk of his mana. Wow. I don't know what happened there. I guess Black Rose stepped out for some CS and went down. Anyway, Red Rose going in. Hecarim ultimate follows up. Ash putting slows down onto Valter. Depth charge going to hit him. I have to assume he's going to fall down. White Rose still alive. They're going to take out Spoopy as well, and Unseen Threat left by his lonesome, and nothing to do there. As Tom Kench just waddles to his death. Oh, little mastery spamming BM here by $3 bill. Like I said, I haven't seen a Garen in quite some time. Not an organized play anyway. This is kind of cool. I dig it. Doing a good job with the two. Get the scorecard back up for you guys. So it's going to result in a dragon for Team Outkast, correctly utilizing their advantage to get an objective since they didn't get a tower. Black Rose looks like he's gonna win this. No, he's not. You've got to move around. Jata is gonna win that because Black Rose just assumed he was fine and stood in the fire. Oh my goodness, Red Rose just barely missed that hook. That would have been a dead Shyvana, but Shyvana gonna walk away instead. Valter found a pony in the jungle. Well, in the river, sorry. Ponies like rivers. That's just science. I don't know if you know that, but Belter's going to go ahead and unleash the ultimate. Not quite going to be enough to get another proc of the passive. Looking like Red Rose, 1 or 2 more autos, is going to go down, and Spoopy gets the reset. It's going to run down bottom. Looks like red team races, and $3 bill was like, forget it, Pink Rose, I'm getting the first tower gold. Pink Rose does get the tower, has to flash away from the Jinx traps. But 2 towers to 1, and a Mountain Dragon, big advantage. I don't know what that arrow was for. I dig it though. I'm about it. Oh my goodness. Good times in the Helio division, ladies and gents. Tom Kench also lives in the river. He is the River King. Trying to tell Black Rose that, but you know, he's not having any part of it. Looks like they're gonna hand this blue off to Kassadin. Jinx ults blocked by White Rose. Doing his best Joe Thomas impression. Black Rose gonna clear this pink ward out. So Smite to Kill's gotta start, I think, grouping and making play. It looks like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna group bottom, see if they can try to get this tower down. They do gotta start playing around this Jinx more. She does have 2 kills. CS is very, very low, but the 2 kills kind of gets her closer to Ashe. Ashe still up to 30 CS, of course. But the siege incoming. There's the Hecarim Ghost. The tower almost down. Looking like we got a double for Ashe. Jinx kiting away. Not going to be enough to get White Rose. Kind of missed the beginning of that fight. We can actually go back and watch that again. Let's go back a little bit. We'll watch it again. So, trying to get this tower down. There's the Hecarim Ghost, Hecarim ult. Tower's still not down. Valter is just going to get wrecked by Shyvana and a combination of Shyvana and Jinx damage. Ashe is putting slows down, and White Rose able to just kill Spoopy before his auto attack. I think Spoopy missed out on a couple auto attack opportunities there that he maybe could have had. So, meanwhile, Black Rose was mid lane for that whole ordeal. Still hasn't used his teleport. Maybe he did earlier and I just didn't spot it, but still hasn't used his teleport. He's going to pick up another outer for the team Outkast. A dangerous game here by White. Oh, White Rose did hunt down J-Taz. He did find J-Taz and actually did end up killing him. Caught him recalling, I assume, over here. White Rose 5-0-4 is going to have his Trinity Force at 16 minutes. Looking like this could be a kill against Pop-Tart too. $3 bill. Decides otherwise, and then decides otherwise again. Goes back in and brings down the proverbial hammer that's really a sword onto Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart really struggling this game. Gunblade Jack. Oh, Pink Rose. Yeah, Tom Kench has that sort of. He has that semi-global. Can't be up that far by yourself. I mean, you could be up that far if you have your support with you, but support was off warding. Not going to get the auto. The knockup from Vel'Koz is going to be enough, and they're going to get the kill before he can activate Blast Cone and get away. I'm not sure if he was going to get away from that anyway. Black Rose just going to ult away from Shyvana. Shyvana with the Chilling Smite. And going to get taken down by the Fed. Black Cleaver wielding Garen. $3 bill just like hard carrying this game. Well, and White Rose and $3 bill really. And there's a blown flash. Pop-Tart perhaps feeling a little tilted. Jinx selling out for the tower. Is going to get the reset. Blows the heal. Can he get away from Hecarim? Blows the flash to do so. Hecarim's going to ult. Has red buff. Traps are perfect. Spoopy going to walk away from this? Yes, he is. Wow. Well done. Okay, cool. Garen's going to TP. Topside. Pressure this inhibitor turret. My god. When you pick the split push team with the Jax and the Jax doesn't get ahead, your options suddenly become very, very limited. And keep in mind, oh, another teleport coming in. Black Rose. I don't know if that was such a good idea, and I believe they realized the same thing. White Rose going in. Going to take a bunch of damage from the tower, but they are going to get Valter. Jinx ult's not going to finish anything. Pink Rose says, I like rockets. Eats one for breakfast. Getting ready to have a tower for brunch. We have this double teleport top lane. Jack's going in. Just going to die again. Yeah, Pop-Tart not having his greatest game, for sure. And Spoopy maybe overplaying a little bit here. Is going to die to the red buff. Unseen threat. Yeah, this is, cover your kids' eyes. This is, not good. Don't let the children see. This is a bona fide stomp by Team Outkast. Looking like this could potentially be a sub 20-minute game. Asher is going to land on the Vel'Koz. $3 bill is going to jump in, spin. Can he win? Has to flash out. Pop-Tart might be able to clean this up. Let's take a look here. Nope, Garen runs super fast. Swifties, just too much for Boots 1. And maybe could have gunbladed when he was in range. Probably a misplay there. I can't see the cooldowns because they often bug in Spectator. So, inhibitor down in top. No damage on the Nexus Tower, but top lane inhibitor down. Good thing about this is that Smite's kill is going to be able to let Jax just catch that farm. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not they can prevent other objectives from going down, other towers from going down in that meantime. Harold says, peace, I'm out. I don't like this beach house anymore. He goes back into wherever he comes from. White Rose just literally just on wolves against 4 people, knows he's by himself, just does not care. Oh my gosh. He's gonna walk away on the blast cone too. Oh, it goes to recall. There's a flash by Jtaz, but Garen's there. $3 bill. About to make it rain. There's the exhaust. Hecarim ults out. Here's the ult from Unseen Threat. They gotta tower dive the fed Hecarim. Not quite enough damage. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. This game is all but over. Wow. Not entirely sure if that was a rage quit or not. I'm just gonna ignore it and not talk about it, so that I don't get anybody in trouble. Shh. It was a DC, but there was no pause. I'll ask them about that after this game. We've got a 10-0-2 Garen. We had an inhibitor down at 17 minutes. We've had double teleport plays onto a minion while not autoing the tower. We've had no gunblades used. We've had Black Rose killing Shyvana. Had all kinds of action. We have Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver, not a build you see too much on Ashe anymore. It's not bad. A lot of people opting for the Blade Hurricane. Oh, looks like Black Rose is going to take a ton of damage from the Shyvana. Shyvana taking some damage back. Double kill on the Pop-Tart, making up some of that disadvantage, but White Rose is here. He says, yo, I'm really big. Oh my god, see how much damage he's tanking. Oh no. Smite to kill, no. Oh my god, they're going to kill the raid boss. There's the Jinx ult. Hecarim ult just a little bit too late. Pop-Tart's going to pick up a triple in this fight. Maybe a 4th? $3 bill looking for something. Unseen Threat says, screw you, I'm getting you this time. And he does. Meanwhile, Ashe split pushing in the bottom. What is this game? Ashe splitting in the bot. Black Rose going to teleport to mid. Tom Kench ult going to come down to the Ashe, who I assume is just going to die from this. I don't know what the flash was for. You know what? Pink Rose, you got me, man. Fat fingered Flash. Typed in chat immediately afterwards. I dig it. We've had BM recall arrows where Ashe goes to recall and then arrows just to spite the bot lane. We've had 39 kills in 23 minutes. This looks like classic Helio Division League of Legends, I gotta say. And that is not a bad thing because it's supremely entertaining. Sterix Gage going into Pop-Tart. Kind of an interesting build here. Cooldown boots. Gunblade's not bad on Jax. Cooldown boots you don't see too often, especially when you're behind. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. Valter, I don't know what he's doing out that far. Probably warding. Flash is away. And Outkast going to divert their attention to the 3 people there. Depth Charge going to come out onto Tom Kench. Tom Kench gets blast coned back in by J-Taz. Is going to escape in the process. Oh, maybe not. Nautilus going to get it. Oh my god. Red Rose says, no, J-Taz, you don't get to walk away from this. I mean, just in time, J-Taz like, oh man, see you later, homie. And it's not enough. So, 24 minutes. Inhibitors actually respawn. It's been down. It got down around 17. I think it was like 17:20 or so. Baron's going to go over to Team Outkast. Huge advantage here. CS leads pretty much across the board. Garen and Hecarim did get shut down. Looking like they're just going to run it down mid. Run it down mid. Garen not too happy with this tower. I always imagine... Oh, there we go. J-Taz going to pop in. Gets White Rose with the help of his teammates here. $3 Bill's going to get that Q animation started on J-Taz before he can flash out. Lands the kill. Pop-Tart trying to get a counter-strike on a Cassidy, not going to be enough. Red Rose probably dead here. Flashes might die anyway. Not entirely sure. That was actually a really good flash. If there was going to be a way out of that, that was it. But it was actually pretty good, all things considered. They lose tower, save inhibitor. No inhibitors down. Jinx is going to scale up. Gotta stop with these teleports. There have been a ton of bad teleports this game. J-Taz going to go down to Ashe because when you get slowed as a melee and you use your gap closer, you don't really get to walk away. Maybe could have gunbladed out of that too. You know, has this gunblade. I haven't seen him use the gunblade yet, so gotta remember to use your activated items. Uh-oh. Valter is like, oh no, not this guy. $3 Bill's gonna flash the knock up and just make jelly out of the void jellyfish of Outkast, the void beholder, or the jellyfish beholder. Grab a pink ward for his trouble. Yeah, this Garen's level 16. Oh no. Is this gonna be the White Rose and $3 Bill? Oh, Jinx. Not like this. Not like this. It actually took longer than I thought it was going to. Tom Kench probably going to go down here to White Rose as well. J-Taz jumps onto White Rose. $3 Bill. Just doing Garen things. Just spin. Look at the spin. The spin, I mean, is this going to be a Quadra? Oh my god. The Garen Quadra. Alright. So Demacia is going to go ahead and win this game. Because in the business, we say not close. A lot of sloppy teleports. A lot of BM. Not in like a malicious way. And Team Outkast going to take that game on the back of a monstrous performance by $3 Bill and White Rose. 17-1-3. Get your 20-1 KDA. Gotta look at this damage before we take this invite. Oh my god. 25k by the Garen. Well done. $3 Bill with the hard carry. Oh my goodness. So, rough times for Smite to kill. Got to regroup after that game. Oh, let me move down to spectate so that they can do this. Gonna go ahead and put some tunes on for you guys before this champ select comes up, because I think we're gonna take a couple minutes break here for people to go to the bathroom, smoke, etc. So, put some tunes on for you. Feel free to hit that follow button, guys. I stream usually weekday afternoons. Yeah, it's usually weekday afternoons during the week, and a lot of times on weekends. Haven't been on much lately because I've been streaming, or I've been actually in the middle of a move, but I am all settled in. My internet is hooked up. We are ready to play, cast, stream, analyze some League of Legends. We got MSI coming up this week. I'll be talking a lot about that. But let's put this on real quick, and I will see you guys on the other side. Shout outs coming out. My first couple shout outs coming out to Edelman and Cox and Pink Rose's mom. Believe this is my first time casting Helio. I've done a couple Stellar Division games over the years. I've done a handful of Supernova Division. I've never done my own division, which is Galactic. Just waiting on one player to get back, and then waiting on a couple people to get back before we get into game number 2. Again, I encourage everybody to hit that follow button, because that's what cool people do. Not that any of us are, no, screw that. We're all pretty cool. We're all pretty cool. Hit it again. That's true. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. Who wants to unfollow? That ain't real. Come on now. What are we up to? About 15 or so viewers. 12, 15. Keep fluctuating. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your time and attention. It is, after all, the most precious thing that you have. And I'm glad that we can hang out and watch some Helio Division League of Legends together. Try to have a little fun in the process. Say we get the fan votes going, but that never ends up well. White Rose offering boosting services currently, claiming that he'll carry you to challenge or. Outkast having a good time in the chat. pretty big rating disparity between these two teams. I didn't really get a chance to talk about that in the first game. 5 divisions, 5 divisions, 2 divisions, 5 divisions, 2 divisions. White Rose wants your attention, guys. We got Ben, Liam, Jake, and Salsa. Wait. You can't just shout out Salsa like that. Salsa, I mean, there's good salsa, there's bad salsa, there's fresh salsa, there's corn salsa. Come on, man. Waiting on J-Taz, I believe. Salsa picante. Beauty Torpedo is a savage name. I dig it. Beauty Torpedo and Salsa, no relation there. Not drawing that parallel, but I dig it. I dig it. Like a shovel. Skilled 9. We got a lot of new viewers in tonight, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone's having a good old-fashioned time. I believe we're waiting on Smite Kills Jungler J-Taz, who is back and ready to roll. So let's get this party started. Get this show on the road. Any other synonyms? Let's put that out to the Twitch chat. Let's get this party started. Let's get ready to roll. Let's get ready to rumble. Anybody else got more of those? Best one gets a stream shout out. And a kappa.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Damn, Nightbot laying down the law.
Think what I could offer.
Vi, banned by Outkast, Cassiopeia. Looking like we might get some of the same bands. Black Rose apparently terrifying as Cassiopeia. Vagar ban by her toward Volter. Lee, oh my god, that's a throwback. You guys remember the time that was on Jeopardy? Anybody remember that? We gotta do Tom Conch. There it is. There.
All things have consequence.
Uninhibit the ribbit. We gotta go down this road again. So Vi, Vagar, and Callista, same bands coming out from Team Outkast. Garen this time. I'm trying to remember what was banned last time in favor of the Garen. But Garen coming out this time around by Smite to Kill. First pick by Team Outkast. Drum roll, please. Unload the toad. Zach was the other ban. That's right. Zach was the first ban in the previous game. So they're going to go ahead and first pick that Zach this time around. So no Garen, but they do hand the Zach over. Not entirely sure. I guess they're very afraid of the cast in the vein. I personally would have did both. I think Zach's super, super effective. J-Taw's going to run out his Shyvana again. Did pick up some kills, did a decent amount of damage in that game, but the whole catch with Shyvana is you want to be ahead on res. Like, Shyvana's an economy champion. Oh, is this a top lane Xin Zhao? Oh my goodness. The spice continues. Okay. I dig it. So, what I was saying was, so Shyvana's an economy champion, right? And the idea is similarly to like Graves and Master Yi, you wanna be just ahead on gold because her kit itself isn't particularly effective. It's only effective because it can get itself ahead by power farming very quickly. Her ganks aren't that potent. especially if there's certain lanes she just like can't gank them. Like anything with a disengage, she pretty much can't gank ever. So your goal is to power farm and just be ahead on money, and like add an extra quarter to half of a champion to yourself. So looking like it's probably Jack's top again for Jack's gonna be run by $3 bill this time. Probably Zach Jungle. I mean, that could be swapped, but I doubt it. Black Rose going to lock his Orianna in. We'll see if Valtor wants to run the Vel'Koz again. So, while the Shyvana did pick up some kills and do some damage, it was under-leveled. It got caught out too many times. The whole trick is you want to be ahead of the other jungler, and you just want to, be slightly... You want to be like 1.25 champions, and you want them to be 3/4 of a champion. So we want to create that gap between yourselves so that you have a level and farm advantage, so the items can help you get ahead, and you're not relying on strictly your kit because your kit isn't really enough. Annie, the lock by Valtor, and Spoopy's going to run the Jinx out again. Spoopy had a pretty decent game, a little bit of aggressive positioning, like transferring into the mid game, but picked up some kills, cleaned up some team fights. I think Jinx is very, very good when you have these like more bloodbathy, sloppy kind of games, because she's a high resource champion, and if she can get some resets in fights, then all of a sudden she can become huge out of nowhere, or seemingly out of nowhere. So, looking like Outkast trying to figure out their bot lane. Rakan's... I haven't cast the Rakan yet. I've played with it a bunch. I think it's very, very good. It's a little bit skill dependent. Rakan is going to be the lock, so Jhin Rakan in the bot lane for Outkast. Going to go ahead and see the final picks for Smite to kill here. Presumably their support, unless that's an Annie support. Very possible. I'm not going to rule that possibility out. How many times can I say possible? Is it possible that I could say possible? Is it possibly possible to say possible more often? The answer is your daily double. So, his abilities names. I actually don't know his ability names at all, so we're going to look them up right now. I know what they do, and I know what they look like. I actually have no idea what they're called. So, this is good. Passive is Fey Feathers. Periodically develops a shield. Yeah, I know that much. So, over a certain amount of time, he'll get himself a shield. That's a massive AP ratio. Holy cow. Yo, I might need to try solo lane Rakan. Anyway, so his Q is called Gleaning Quill, which is just his skill shot. Looks like we're gonna get a Blitzcrank by Unseen Threat, and we are full on spice in this game. Top lane Xin Chao, Blitzcrank, a lot of action here. I like the selection of Blitzcrank. Introduce some variants. If you feel like you're outclassed as a team, one of the things you can do is just pick some crazy stuff and try to mize a win off of it. Anyway, back to Rakan's abilities. So Gleaming Quill is the ranged skill shot, just the damage dealing skill shot. Grand Entrance is the dash forward and knock up. Battle Dance is the ally shield. It's kind of like Braum's. Stand Behind Me, I think it's called for Braum. And the Quickness is the ultimate, in which he, for 4 seconds, gains movement speed and can run by enemies in a short range. And if he's in like roughly melee range of you, he will charm you for 1 to 1.5 seconds, depending on level of the ultimate. So, yeah. Here we go. Looking at these comps again this time around. So, last time I liked the Smite to Kill team comp a little bit more. Or I liked the Outkast team comp a little bit more, but I liked that Smite to Kill had this game plan to split push with Jax. Jax just got behind, and that wasn't going to work. So, this time around, we have a much bigger, traditional team. We have team fight teams on both sides. Now, Jax $3 bill could get ahead on Jax again and potentially split this out. Unlike last time with the Valtor on the Vel'Koz, The Annie's wave clear is substantially worse, and Oriana's got pretty good shove. So Black Rose played a non-shove champion in Kassadin last time around. This time, much more wave clear. I think overall, I like the Outkast team composition a little bit more. Got good engage. Zac and Jax diving. Zac and Jax and Rakan, diving and distracting in a 5v5 sets up good Oriana shockwave potential and allows Jhin to get his ult without getting jumped on because they're having to peel back. Smite to kill, again, looking for maybe some kind of split push, but when you pick a split push like Xin Zhao, right, when you pick like a split push kind of idea, a lot of the times you want wave clear, like reliable wave clear, and Jinx is okay. Like once she gets Hurricane and she can turn rockets on, she can wave clear pretty effectively so you don't get sieged on. But Annie, not the greatest. So it's looking like they're just going to have to pull the trigger on these fights. A lot of flash Annie ults. Blitzcrank's going to have to land hooks. If Blitzcrank lands hooks, you can hook into Jinx Trap into Annie stun, and that's going to be a dead player. And you can step up. And if you have Xin Zhao there, you can actually step up and ult them away and then ult the other guy back into your team and create some pick opportunities there. But I don't think Smite's Kill is going to want a 5v5 against this team. It's possible. They're going to want to pick people out before fights start. So we'll see if they can do that. Jeez. Up to a lot of viewers today. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'm sure both of these teams appreciate everybody tuning in as well. Going to go ahead and do the shameless plug and say to hit that follow button. I stream most weekday afternoons and evenings. I'm going to be doing a lot more now that I am settled in at the new place. Just going to fire up this loading screen, and looks like we'll be on our way momentarily. Take a sip of water here. Don't want my voice getting worn out. Let's see if Pop-Tart can have a better game. Seemed to be struggling quite a bit with $3 Bill's Garen last game. $3 Bill is a Garen main, so it's possible. Ooh, that Rakan splash art. Sweet. I dig it. Anyway, what I was saying. Oh, so see if Pop-Tart can have a little bit of a better matchup. Or a little bit of a better time this game around. A little tilted after last game. Maybe, 5-10 minutes between games. Cool off, refresh, get a breather. We come back at it again. Let's let this load up, and we'll be on our way. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We got there. So, Blitzcrank usually means invade. Let's see if Smite to Kill can pull off anything cheeky here. Ping's coming forward, looking like they are planning to invade here. Pop-Tart not planning to invade after the catastrophe of level 1 last game. I think Black Rose spotted them. They're going to go ahead and invade this anyway. I don't think Outkast are going to give them anything here. And he is going to find Oriana, though. Nothing particularly big going to come of that. $3 bill coming dangerously close to Blitzcrank grab range. Blitzcrank just stepped out of bush, so they know he's there. Gold lead for Smite's kill after the ward kill there. Game changer. Absolute game changer. Looking like not a lot going to happen here. Outkast successfully stymies the Blitzcrank invade. I don't think Black Rose spotted them going into this bush. I think everybody got in before Black Rose got into this bush to spot everybody. So it wasn't until they stepped out that they were spotted. Gonna have parallel jungle here. Blue buff start for Jtaz. Long leash given. Leash given to the red for White Rose as well. So junglers will more or less be moving sideways across the map, eventually ending in a, presumably a 2v2 in the top lane around level 4 unless the paths get mixed up a little bit. Counter-Strike. Really, really good against Xin Xiao, as it turns out. Especially with Q level 1. Pop-Tart. Off to a rough start again. Thorn Shield this time by $3 bill. Thorn's Blade by Pop-Tart. Other than that, nothing really too crazy in terms of item selection. Coin. Ancient Coin on Rakan. Don't see that often. I guess it is kind of the best item for him. I would think Relic Shield's probably better, but who knows. This is probably going to be a kill. Pop-Tart's going to go down, I think. Oh no! Flashes and autos a minion, and then Pop-Tart steps back into range and he doesn't get it again. Gotta make sure you're inputting your attack clicks. Oh no. I mean, it was flash for flash, so not the end of the world. Oh, and actually, White Rose... I thought that recall was going to finish before he got in there, but he doesn't. White Rose is going to go ahead and pick up the first blood on Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's going to miss quite a bit of experience here. Rezzing now. Better teleport back quickly or he's going to miss more of this. Does get the teleport. It's going to end up missing about 4 minions worth of XP and gold. It's going to catch the rest. Recover a little bit. So not the worst. Certainly not the best either, but... pretty rough. $3 bill definitely could have gotten that regardless. So, still not clean execution or whatever. But, kill's kill, and first blood is first blood, going over to White Rose, who again is getting himself way, way ahead. Pink Rose stepping up pretty aggressively. And he's taking a lot of creep damage here. Pop-Tart going to get chunked out again. $3 bill intelligently backing off of the Q. After one auto attack, you don't want to give Xin Xiao a free knock-up. One of the reasons you don't see solo Xin Xiao that much is you can just kind of walk away when he buffs himself like that. You can see the wind around his spear. So, you just don't trade with him when that happens. Counter-Strike going in. Looking like it could be a 1-to-1. Lots of minions coming in. And $3 bill is barely going to walk out with his life. Trading a little aggressively there. White Rose isn't spotted on a ward. Chance we have a kill top lane here. White Rose jumps in onto Pop-Tart. Sorry, I missed that. My camera skills are not great. And White Rose is going to pick up. No assist for $3 bill. Black Rose is going to go ahead and flash away from the anti-passive stun on the Incinerate there. Jtaz heading topside. Don't know if he's going to find anything here. Is going to find White Rose at a third health. Has his passive still. Looks like he's just waiting on his E cooldown. Orianna here to help. Only level 5. This could be a dead Jtaz. Running. Gets Orianna queued, and the Zac Q gonna finish that kill off. So White Rose, 3-0. Another really, really big start for him. Really putting his mark on these games. Of course, the Hecarim, the first 2 kills in the last game as well. Khan jumps in, the Grand Entrance, not able to catch a knock-up on Spoopy. We're on a pretty aggressively positioned here, but it's really not that bad because she has the backup of Zac in the jungle. Vulture doing a pretty good job to respect that, not overcommitting for a kill or anything like that here. Either out of fear or respect that Zac could be there. So good communication by the team to keep track of where the possibilities of where Zac could be. Blitzcrank stepping up, looking like he might try to go for a hook here. He's going to go ahead and knock up Rakan. Traps come down. Traps don't land on anybody. Grand Entrance going to knock Blitzcrank up. Jinx taking a ton of damage from Jhin. Another fight in the top lane. Looks like Pop-Tart going to get killed here. Again, the knock-up going to save him. The knock-up is going to save him. $3 bill, unable to fight all these minions. Pop-Tart, you got it back, dude. Next time his Q's off cooldown, you're dead. Oh, I see. I think he's listening to me. There we go. So, let's see here. J-Taz. Grand Entrance gets Blitzcrank. See? I got this. I got these names down already. I didn't even know the names till I just looked them up. Blitzcrank grab's gonna miss. Let's see if there's a punish here by Team Outkast. Doesn't appear so. Shyvana comes down bot. We're gonna shove this way to the tower. I feel like J-Taz, there needs to be more direction. When you're playing a farm-centric champion, and I'm not criticizing guys. I'm trying to be helpful because we can help each other on these streams too. And the ultimate coming out on the Black Rose. I'll continue that point in a second. Flashes forward, puts the ignite down. Gonna get shockwave into tower, and is gonna die. Black Rose with a nice shockwave gets away. Is Tibbers gonna finish it off? Just barely doesn't. Just barely. Anyway, so when you're jungling with an efficiency, like a farming jungler, a power farming jungler, it's all about efficiency and not forcing ganks. So I was commenting a little bit on this earlier. Looks like we might have a kill on top lane. Pop-Tart faring a little better in that trade than he did in previous ones. So when you have an efficiency jungler... Oh, come on now. I didn't want this. Go away. Here we go. Looks like White Rose got a knock up onto J-Taz. J-Taz gonna get killed. Jin ult's only gonna hit one bolt. Looking like White Rose cuts the escape off. Black Rose gonna pick off Spoopy, and Blitzcrank flashes but goes down anyway. White Rose 4-0-2. Kind of surprised Jin W didn't hit there, but it's neither here nor there. So you don't want to be ganking on Shyvana. You want to be power farming and taking a camp away from the other jungler every cooldown, or taking early dragons, or taking both scuttles. That's what you want to be doing. Because she's pretty good at skirmishing, but it's pretty hard to engineer situations where you're getting a clean 1v1 with her. So I think J-Taz is kind of looking like he needs a little direction in terms of like what you need to ask yourself what you're looking to do, right? And again, like I'm just trying to be helpful here, so I'm not like trying to be critical or anything like that. I think it can help. Just figure out what your game plan is and have a game plan and stick to it. Grand Entrance popping over the wall, not going to get anything. Looking like Valter is going to eventually go down here, or not. Okay, Red Rose does clean up the kill with the quickness. Zac passive going to pop off Orianna with a big shockwave. Going to do some damage. J-Taz flashes out. Dragons, when they are on the ground, are not nearly as quick as when they're flying, as it turns out. And going to go down 10-0. 9 minutes into this game. This is looking like the PG-13 movie that has the scene that the parents don't want the kids to see, and that scene's coming up, and you heard about it from your other friends, and you know we're gonna have to hide, cover the eyes here because this could get graphic again, just like last game, perhaps even quicker than last game. Smite's kill does have CS lead in mid lane, even CS in the bottom lane. So they have that to hang their hat on. It's just the top side of the map is really, really struggling right now. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot to say here. I mean, Smite's kill does have potential to come back in this game if they just land a couple Blitzcrank hooks in a row and, like, engineer situation. Oh, that one just barely misses. If they like land a bunch of Blitzcrank hooks in a row and just chain a bunch of picks together and don't get into a 5v5 and Jinx can somehow get farmed up and big, then I think they have a decent chance of, you know, coming back. But as it stands, this is honestly like a 5% win kind of game. It's pretty early, but a 5k gold lead at 11 minutes is massive. So stun coming out onto there, nothing gonna come of it. Pretty massive lead here. White Rose doing all kinds of work, reading the map well, punishing overstays. big level advantage for Jax here. He almost always wins that trade. Yeah, 2 level advantage. You're not going to win that. A little bit late on the ult there by Pop-Tart. Valter going to go down to Let's Bounce, but is going to take Black Rose with him. Zach has no passive. Shyvana is going to pick that up. Just barely lands the Q. Minion interrupt to get that. Would have missed if there wasn't a minion there. Grand Entrance going to knock up 2 people, but Jhin is very, very low. Here comes the Jhin ult. Blocked by Rakan. Very nice play by Red Rose. Jhin ult's going to come out. Do some damage to Blitzcrank, but not quite enough to do anything too flashy. Blitzcrank waiting on his flash cooldown. Spoopy does have his heal coming up right about now. So there's a chance to make a play here. Rakan gonna just narrowly avoid getting trapped out. $3 bill gonna get that tower down. Looking like he's probably gonna end up getting first tower here. Rakan gonna knock up Jinx. Grand Entrance does get that. Jhin W lands. Rakan gets blitz grabbed. Looks like they can just walk away, putting damage onto Jinx. Jinx has heal. Jinx heals. They are gonna end up getting the kill there onto Spoopy. Doesn't look like they're gonna get Unseen Threat. So, well, a good idea, good thought by Spoopy there. At some point, you can't just roll over and keep losing. You got to make a play. Not a bad all-in to take there, I don't think. But unfortunately, Blitzcrank after grab doesn't really contribute a whole lot other than blocking skill shots and stuff. So he's just auto attacks. It's pretty heavily cooldown gated. So Pop-Tart going back in aggressively here. Pop-Tart, I think, needs to realize that he's 2 levels down and needs to stop going in. Now I know Jin Xiao doesn't really have that much of an option, but this wave is pushing to you. You could wait for it to get to tower and at least make him dive you instead of just like walking into him so he can kill you off the tower. Just be patient. Make sure you stay in XP range. But you don't have to step out to get the last hit if it's going to get you killed. Just stay in XP range and then last hit under tower and at least make him dive you. Annie ultimate. Tibbers coming down. Auto attack going on to Black Rose. Let's see if... Oh, Shockwave going to knock them back. I don't think Tibbers going to be able to finish that off. Got another roll in the bot lane here. Grand Entrance coming in. Let's bounce by Zach. Soon to be changed. Jhin ult 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not going to get anybody as Spoopy blocks that 4th shot. Don't think it would have killed Unseen Threat, but a courtesy block nonetheless. Looks like Annie and Oriana, again, into all that. Traded ultimates. $3 bill did get the first tower. Oh, got possibly an all-in the bot lane here. Bot lane CS even. Jhin 2 kills. So if S2K is going to win this game, it's going to be off the back of a good Annie ult into Blitz grab into Jinx reset. And that could potentially be a team fight winning play or a 4v4 or 3v3 winning play. Jin Xiao misses his ultimate there. Black Rose going to go down regardless off of a nice roam there by Pop-Tart. Still going to be problematic. There's no answer to this Jax currently. Does have Swiftness Boots, not Merc Tread, so chain CC together could be enough. J-Taw's going to go ahead and ult in, but Zach's going to Blast Cone and walk away and say, yeah, I don't want any part of this. So White Rose escapes again. Made a habit of it in the first game. J-Taw's going to stay, take the camps. See now, J-Taw's does have a level advantage. See how he's up a level? So he's up a level. He's up in farm. He could have probably another 30 CS if he wasn't doing all these fights earlier. If you just power farm and you're doing an efficient route, J-Taw's going to flash over the wall here. All in onto Jax. The Elastic Slingshot lands on 2 people, knocks 2 people up. Annie ultimate coming down, not going to be enough. Another double for White Rose, and the separated 2v3 by $3 bill and White Rose. Just making Valter, J-Taw's, and Pop-Tart's life a living hell right now. Jinx dodges the Jhin W. Things are not looking good for Smite to kill. Top lane tier 2 going down. You gotta make a play here. Here comes the Jhin ultimate. And okay, no kills. A lot of damage down. 4th shot might have killed Blitzcrank if it landed. Rakan gonna go ahead and try to stop this. is a flash by Blitzcrank, but Jinx probably going to pay the price for this. The quickness coming out. Jin steps onto a trap, dodges Jinx ult, and somehow Smite the Killer going to walk away from this. Now they're going to lose their tower in the process, more than likely. But no kills. Psychological win. Pop-Tart going to go ahead and teleport to this. Not entirely sure what he can get here. This looks like desperation to me. Grand Entrance going to miss. Gets exhausted. Let's bounce. Comes in. Knocks him up. And Pop-Tart having a rough night. Rough night. 18-3. More than a kill per minute here for Team Outkast. Another outer tower. That's all 3 outers and top tier 2 out. There is another water dragon on the map. They're holding off on taking that. Looking like they're just waiting on a slingshot cooldown here. Jayta's ultimate's in. Stepping awfully close to a good Orianna ult here. Gotta be careful. Herald taken, given to the Jax. That's a nightmare. Remember when I said you're gonna have to cover? You have to cover the kid's eyes here. This is gonna get graphic. This is not. It's about to get NC-17 up in here. This is not pretty. Not pretty at all. I mean, they still do have. I mean, it's getting to the point now where they're so far. I mean, 10K gold at 18 minutes is more or less unsalvageable. It's pretty tough. Pop-Tart, I presume, is just tilted. That made no sense whatsoever. You got to be patient and let the creep waves come to you. Like, that's. Like, when you're behind, you've got to learn how to stop. Like, everyone's got to learn how to stop the bleeding. Like, that's the secret. And people tend to be very, very bad at that. A lot of damage coming out on the Volter. Not a whole lot to say here, guys. Learning experience. There is a pretty big ratings disparity between these two teams. Oh, all in. Volter gonna get blown up by Black Rose. Can't step into ult range. Again, let the minions come to you. Make the Orianna kill you under the tower. At least that way there's a chance that there's mistakes and there's a 1-for-1 situation. But there's no reason to give up free XP. Oh my god. Oh, shield your eyes. Oh no. Yeah, there's very, very limited CC on this lineup outside of Blitzgrab and Annie, so once the two of them are dead, it's... I don't know how anybody's going to stand still for long enough for Jaytaz to do damage. Not particularly synergistic. Now, I understand that a lot of people have limited champion pool, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is, but it's coming back to haunt them in this scenario. Is Pinker going to walk away from this? Yes, he is. Wow. Pop-Tart flashing. Not going to get in range. Gonna be another kill for $3 bill. Just picking. Oh my god. Oh. Make it stop. Make the ping go. Oh, nice dodge there. Nice dodge by Red Rose. Nice plays. That should have been a kill. Oh, he goes back in. Oh no! It was a good play and then it was a bad play. $3 bill's gonna end up cleaning this up anyway, but... Oh man. Absolutely brutal. I wish I could hide chat because spoiler alert, but you know, I figured that out. Yeah, not the best. It's gonna be a surrender coming out, and S2K decides we've had enough, and that's that. So. Yeah, I mean, just outclassed pretty much. I think Smite the Kill, the thing to take away from these games is you've got to learn, like, part of playing from behind is knowing when it's safe to farm, when, like, you just need to let when you're behind, you need to let minion waves come to you so you can at least get XP. If you're, like, going to fight off of your tower, against a fed or out-leveled opponent, and you just give them the kill, presumably with a big minion wave there, you're going to be down even more on XP and even more on gold. So, in other words, you want to make them beat you. Don't let them beat you. When you step out and fight them in a big creep wave off your tower, obviously they're going to win every time. So let the creep wave come to your tower. If they make if they dive you and kill you, then that's on them. They made a good play. If they don't, then all of a sudden you have that XP and gold, and you're on your way to coming back into the game. But when you keep punting, just giving kills to them off the tower, it makes it really, really easy for them. So let your minion waves crash in, get the XP, make them dive you, make them punish you and make you lose that XP. Don't just let them deny you for free. I gladly give any advice if people have questions. And thank you everybody for watching. I'm actually gonna stop this stream, and then I'm probably gonna fire up mine. I'm gonna solo queue for a while tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Again, feel free to hit that follow button. Let me see if I can change scenes here so it actually gives the sub sounds and everything like that. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sure the teams appreciate everybody watching. Outkast laying a pretty swift beat down here onto S2K. I think both teams have things to learn. Smite's Guild definitely has a lot of things to learn. But hopefully some of my advice helped. And if you have more questions, feel free to ask. And I thank everybody for watching. And I want everybody to have a good night. And I will hopefully see a lot of you in the post-game stream. So everybody have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one. Hit that follow button. And I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes to get going on another stream, guys. Everybody have a good night.
Broken so